All right, this is season 2 of CA Business Leaders 40 Under 40, and we have with us the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India's president, Mr. Aniket Talati. Thank you so much for joining us today. And you know, this is also the 75th year of the Institute. There have been a lot of changes over the past couple of years, but from your perspective, what are some of the big changes that you would like to incorporate in the syllabus, in the studies, or in the curriculum overall, and what has already been done according to you, which is huge?
So, look, I'll say that this 1st of July is when we entered our 75th year, and coinciding with our foundation day, when we celebrated the CA Day, we did a huge event in Delhi, which was graced by none other than the President of India, Srimati Draupadi Murmuji. And she spoke about the role of chartered accountants in the economic development of the country. When we are going towards a 5 trillion economy and developed India by 2047, she said it's not possible without chartered accountants, and as pillars of economic development, we have to do that role. And on that very day, we launched the new course curriculum. So the first exam is going to happen in May, and we are seeing tremendous traction for this new course. It's not just because there are just 6 subjects in intermediate and final, so we've reduced the subjects, brought some on online mode, we've reduced the articleship to 2 years. But I think what is extremely important is we've aligned it with the national education policy, and more importantly also the international education standards. I think a lot of changes, especially technology, is getting embedded in all the core subjects at final level. So it's going to be contemporary in terms of the requirement of industry, because we are seeing more and more of our chartered accountants who qualify are joining industry, either as CFOs in accounts function or starting their own entrepreneurship businesses and startups. So I think this course is getting realigned to take chartered accountants to the next level.
And you know, there's been so much change in the last couple of years, but still the question remains, there's always this comparison between MBAs and CAs, right? Especially when it comes to capital markets. How do you plan to bridge that? Why does it happen that MBAs get picked over for certain jobs?
So I think the biggest reason, and I think I have full respect for the other class of professionals also, because we all together sum up the finance profession. I think one thing which they have is a huge advantage in terms of a campus. So you're there in campus, you have a huge networking which happens throughout the course, and more importantly, you work on your soft skills. Our course, as you know, because you're also a chartered accountant, it's not in a college or a campus that you get the degree. And therefore, I feel some of our chartered accountants lack that kind of networking skills or communication skills. We're working on that this time as we speak. We're improving our communication course that happens as a compulsory part. And the council is actively considering, can we bring up some form of residential course, which becomes a part of your chartered accountancy final level. So after you clear your exam, but before you get that coveted degree and membership, we want them to go through certain communication soft skills. I think talent-wise, in terms of knowledge, you're in the industry, you can talk to anybody. Even today's CFOs are chartered accountants. But I think it's just the openness, the outgoingness of MBAs, which is a skill set that they have, and I'm sure our newer generation chartered accountants are equipped with that, and we are going to ensure as an institute that when you talk of finance, you talk of a chartered accountant first.
Oh, I totally take your point. So I won't take much of your time. I know there's lack of time here, but in terms of technology, that's been a big focus. So give us some idea on that. And also in terms of the tie-ups that Chartered Accountant Institute is looking with some colleges, what is the idea here?
So look, on technology, let me tell you that today if you talk of accounts, you talk of audit, you talk of indirect taxes. For example, GST is totally on the GSTN, so it's a technology-based levy of tax. If you look at the direct taxes, it's totally online in terms of the return filing. So chartered accountants cannot stay away from technology, and therefore we are equipping them in terms of the qualified ones getting the right skill sets to get the technology at edge, and of course the newer ones as a part of the course curriculum are trained in technology. I think in terms of the tie-up, we're trying to see how chartered accountants who want to pursue a further qualification, let's say internationally, or even look at management as an option, because I feel we have not aimed so high as a chartered accountant. We always look at the CFO post. I think the time is now, can we have CEOs as chartered accountants? And for that, I think you need functional knowledge. And with that in mind, we are tying up with all the colleges, universities, so that we train them in marketing, in production, in other areas, so that our chartered accountants can no longer be restricted as just CFOs, but become CEOs.
You know, that was the conversation today. We need to look beyond taxation and accountancy for our profession. Thank you so much, Mr. Talati, for joining us today. Absolute pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you so much, and my best wishes. Thank you.